I figured out why I'm so suicidal, ladies and gentlemen. It's the environment, more or less. So, let me explain my childhood, which is something I always find it hard to talk about because who wants to hear about the sad stories? And unless you have lived and experienced a life that just seems more or less of a fantasy than it is true reality, then you're going to believe that I am a liar and this can never be. But the fuck am I lying about, and why the fuck do I want to lie? I fucking hate it, and it absolutely annoys me. And I get the people that say, I hate it, I hate it, I hate it, because I'm profiting off of it. No, from the start of this fucking story, I was adopted here in fucking, I don't know, 2002, 2003. I was born in 1998, 225, and that's from what I've told. What I'm told and what I've seen through my own paperwork, because what I've come to learn later on in life is what I'm told is not always truth, because there are people that are willing to lie to me about anything and just about everything. So it's just like, you guys are supposed to guide me and parent me and teach me the fucking truth, teach me to be honest, teach me good morals. But I had to learn morals through other people, through punishments, through struggles, through the fucking community. So, like I said, born 98, so I think. 225, so I think. So, technically speaking, that would make me 25. But people always would guess that I'm older, if not younger. It just all depends on the way that I'm acting in that current moment, the way that my face looks, the shape of my face, so that might decrease the years a little bit. It just all depends on so many fucking things, and we all know this. Same thing with life occurrences. So, came here because I needed open heart surgery. I know, you don't look disabled. That's because I put in so much fucking work, time, and attention into it, because you can't fucking be a person that is born male and need help because of the community that you live in. You have to be strong or you're just a little fucking bitch. And nobody wants to be nobody's bitch, right? So I learned that very young from being bullied and picked on, not only just at home by the fucking sibling that has a double amputee, is missing a couple fingers, and doesn't have a family as well, but also at school a little bit. Shit ends up dying down as time progresses. But still, everything comes at me like attacks on me. At some point or another, I just started to take everything jokingly because what the fuck's the point? You're telling me life is supposed to be like this. People are supposed to always yell at you. People are supposed to always nag you. People are always supposed to manipulate you. People are always going to point you out for being different, no matter how much you try. I didn't choose to be the only black one in this community. I didn't choose to speak like this. I didn't choose to come from Haiti. I didn't choose to fucking have heart issues. But they're going to bully me and pick on me for that. So I have to figure out, how do I interact with them without being locked up, without being shot, without getting in trouble? Because I'm the asshole for getting aggressive and hitting people back. But nobody questions why they're poking the alive body, but they treat me like a dead one until I become a dead one. Then they fucking miss me. I fucking love that about life. They miss you, but the whole entire time they were with you, they still missed you. Because, no, fuck you. Him, nah, that's a punching bag. So sad to see them die, and I fucking hate that. So as time has progressed, I've been trying to figure out throughout my younger years, what could I do? And throughout the younger years, I was being not only picked on at home, not only picked on at school, go over to my cousin's house. They had a fucking dad that was just not too well of a good dad. Mom, not good of a mom. But how I realized that connection went from what the lady told me is, that's her sister. As time has progressed, education came more clearer to me, learning things, realizing she's a compulsive liar. No, just some lady that she's known for a long time, and I guess her and that lady used to go out and cheat on their husbands together. So her sister's house is who I used to spend a lot of time with, and she used to be considered the aunt because you know how family tree works. I fucking don't. I'm an orphan. What did I forget to mention that? So I don't really get how things work, and this is how I'm assuming and being taught that family works. Okay, brothers and sisters, that's your sister, so that makes her my aunt, so that makes these kids my cousins. That means they're gonna love me, that means they're gonna protect me, but I'm also not part of that family. Either one, technically speaking, I am adopted into, but haven't had the adoptions pushed through quite yet, so I am just here. Was I taken care of? I don't know. Some people will just say, you know what? You're just a fucking pussy. You don't know what it's like to get hurt. You don't know what it's like to feel pain. You don't even know the fucking alphabet. Yeah, I do know what it's like to feel pain. I basically had that 90s childhood, going outside, riding bikes. I got cuts and bruises all up and down my body. I'll fucking show you guys one day. I actually have videos somewhere, but it's just like, I grew up outside because at one point or another, they got sick and tired of seeing us inside the house, I guess, because we're kids existing. Most of society, not most society, well, it could be most of the Western society, because in other groups, kids are cherished, they're taught, they're catered after, they're protected. Well, in other groups, kids are just born. We gotta repopulate the earth. Like, yeah, we had to have you guys. We didn't fucking want you guys, but you know, Somebody's got to do it. And I don't really realize what her mindset was like, but I do know that there was just something not right about her mind. And with more time, they're actually able to say, yeah, there's something wrong. But in this society that I currently live in, this Western society, and the states that I'm in, this will always determine everything. How much money you have, how much money you have, how much money you have. And if you don't have multiples and multiples of money bags, well, yeah, that's sad. That's very sad. And that's why GoFundMe works so freaking well. It's money that controls everything on top of who you know, how you know. And they weren't really so, like, I would say if we had a House representative, it would have to be me or the old man, because we can at least communicate better. And I know this because every time that he has issues and needs to be thrown out into the community, more or less they're fine to deal with him. They're not as bitter or as excited to see him leave. But every time she has went somewhere, I will tell you what, I do realize it because I grew up with her, but most people don't always see it because he would yell, but she was more of the manipulative mind. She knew how to work her words to make you feel like she was the nicer of the two. They're both bad in a sense. She is definitely worse. He just didn't put his foot down. He didn't have the confidence to. And sometimes he did have his moments, but maybe this is me speaking from my bias of Stockholm Syndrome, because watching it the whole entire time, still currently in this day and age, I see that a lot of the problems will occur because she wants to do something. She has an idea. She wants dick, she goes gets it. She wants to buy something, she buys it. She wants to go somewhere, she does it. Rather if they can afford it or not, he makes a way for her, or he'll just stress out and bitch her out later. But either way, if she wants to do it, she's going to do it. And I know we all know somebody like this. And if you are a blessed person to not even be around somebody or even know anybody like this, then you're one lucky person. Because to be around and raised by people that are so selfish and don't care about anybody, and somebody's always picking up after them but won't ever leave them because, well, you want to hear how they got started? From, I can't remember if it was told by a liar or the one that promotes the liar. But from what I was told by one of them is, pretty sure it was him. She was in a relationship with somebody else that was very abusive to her physically and I think mentally on top of that. But I do remember the physical part, used to beat her, but she wouldn't leave him. Don't fucking know why, but whatever. As they were still dating, he was, I guess, hanging out with a buddy and going out for drinks. And I think it was a buddy's friend of hers, his or hers. But either way, a buddy got them to meet each other. And they started hitting it hot and heavy, even though she was already in a relationship. So already from the start, she's done cheated. She's prone and known to do it. But for the fact that mental health is so important, I already know my old man is neurodivergent. Well, that though, man, is neurodivergent. His mind doesn't work like most people's does, but he's still a very smart person and can put together a lot of things with his hands and takes apart a lot of things. When it comes to the mental and emotional aspect, he doesn't feel like he's shit. He doesn't feel like he's worth anything. But at the same time, he literally carries the whole entire family. He's the reason why the bills get paid. He's the reason why we get from apartment to apartment. He is the reason why things go wrong. Well, it's all she does is cause a problem. I want to buy this. I want to do this. I want to do this. I want to do this. And he just like makes it happen, makes it happen, makes it happen. I'm just like, if I follow their pathway, I'm literally would be the enabler and she's the disabler. And if I follow their love path, I would absolutely hate myself, want to kill myself. So growing up with her and always wanting and needing what she wants, and if she didn't get it, she would throw a fit, she would talk about it, she'd talk about it, throw it in his face, throw it in his face. And because he's the type to always give her what she wants, basically like princess privilege, but we don't have the finances to. That's literally how I came to be in America, I'm pretty sure, because she wanted kids, but she couldn't have kids, from my understanding. And she, I'm assuming, couldn't tell if it was the dude or if it was her or what exactly. I don't even know if they told me why they can't have kids. But apparently she has a kid, but she told me that. So I'm just like, I don't know. You're a compulsive liar. I don't know what is truthful coming from your mouth anymore. I don't know what's truthful coming from his mouth, to be honest, either. But I know he's more likely to tell the truth than she is, because I've caught her an infinite amount of lies compared to him. It's just like, he will lie. Anybody will lie. Everybody will lie. We're prone to lie. Sometimes for a good reason. Sometimes it's because we fucking want to. But at the same time, I would catch her in so many lies. At this point, it's like, could I even believe your name is your name? And because, like, there was times that we'd go into Ann Arbor and she would just go driving crazy and shit like that. And as she was driving crazy and having road rage and arguing with people, she'd be like, oh, you better let off, my husband's a sheriff. I'm just like, he's a retired Navy. Or, oh, my husband has guns. We have no guns at the house, though. Or my husband's in the police department, but he's not, though. Like, why the fuck are you starting fights on the fucking expressway with a kid in the fucking car and then making up bullshit just so people leave you alone? So all you gotta do is be the bigger person and walk the fuck away. I've always thought about this. If I've learned strictly from her, I'd be a way more toxic person, way more destructive type person. I learned a lot of my lessons from both of them because it's life. You gotta pick it up from where the fuck you can. And for the fact that I spent most of the time around them, not necessarily most of the time. Most of my younger years, because I didn't have the freedom and or availability to, didn't have the mind and the wherewithal to be able to do the things that I can do now. Like I have car, at least accessibility, dangerous car, probably gonna kill me. But honestly, why live if there's really no life worth living? So more or less, days I get in the car, I just think, please don't kill anybody else but me. Please don't kill anybody else but me. Please, if you do, like if the tire comes off, just kill me. If I hop over something, just please destroy me. Like nobody else, because why else does somebody have to die? It's not because of a drunk idiot. It's not because of some narcotics thing. It's because money runs everything and he couldn't afford and nobody taught him how to ask for help. So like, just kill me. So the car issue, I can get around there. I could bike places if I want to. I'm old enough and strong enough to be able to walk however fucking long I want to. But at the same time, when I was younger, it was just them and I. Well, I say them and I like there wasn't 11 other motherfuckers, 10 other motherfuckers, but like them and I and the rest of the siblings, and for the fact that every sibling had their own different disabilities, starting from Daniel, if I remember correctly, I had a mind of like a teenager and stuff like that. We didn't really get the time and attention that we needed to be able to develop cognitively, to be able to function throughout society, because every time I kept stopping and thinking, once I got older and more education and then I started learning for myself, I started seeking more things out. I'm like, wow, we all could have done a lot better if they would have just put their foot down, because I will admit where she would have failed and did fail, he could have picked up, but he never picked up because it's all he focused on was her. Wherever she wanted, he would get, and wherever keep her happy, he would do. But at the same time, I'm just like, divorce should have happened forever ago. They should have never gotten married. With the information I know now, with the mind I have now, but the whole entire time growing up, I absolutely idolized them. I absolutely loved them. I didn't realize I was being tortured. I didn't realize I was being manipulated. I didn't realize that every time I didn't want to smile in the photo, I could have just not smiled. So I said, smile, smile. Why don't you smile? You don't want to make this photo nice. Come on, Ethan. It's supposed to be a nice photo. Why the fuck won't you smile? She didn't say fuck, but it fucking felt like it. Like, where the hell do you guys think I learned how to swear so well? The TV shows and the movies that they never monitored that we watched, on top of the fact there was always a scream match over, we don't have enough money, we don't have enough money. Where'd you get this pill from? Where'd you get this dog from? Where'd you get this bird from? He kept track of finances, and a lot of the arguing would be over the fact that she would spend it on whatever the fuck she wanted to. Even though we can't cover the electric bill, we can't cover the heating, we can't cover the clothes, like we can't cover the bills, but here you are spending the money like you fucking have that shit. And it's always irritated me because I'm just like trying to please, try to be happy, try not to let my issues bother others, try to fix issues that I'm not causing. I learned to be more of a janitor before I even realized what the fuck any of these things are. I learned to be a caretaker before I even knew what caring was. I learned not to be myself because people like, I don't like when you do that. I don't like when you act like this. I'm just trying to be myself. I get it if I am being aggressively failing, hitting people, but most of the times I kept my hands and feet to myself. Not saying that I didn't accidentally knee somebody when I got overly excited. Sorry, Luke. I did do that shit. I was a dick. I used to be more physical with my shit, but I've learned throughout society and throughout time and throughout those that actually wanted to teach me instead of just trying to manipulate and mold me to be their fucking perfect little bitch. It's all right to extend your energy, and if you're gonna hit, at least agree to fighting. Don't just be out here abusing people. But nobody just sat down and explained the rules to little E. They're just belittling me. They just told me, stop, 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 stop. All this fucking hitting, prodding, poking, pushing, and eventually I created a character that they love, but I absolutely hate existing. It's all because of money. I don't think too much of me. When people ask about me and the family, I'm just like, they're alive. The people that didn't really educate me. Yes, they drove me places, but do you know it's illegal not to take care of your children? So they do it because they gave a fuck about me, or is it because they enjoyed their freedom? They're both alive. They're both doing whatever the fuck they want to. She went out for dick, and now I'm stuck being in trouble for shit that I never did. Growing up in an environment where I was always unsure where the food was coming from, where we're always unsure if we'd still have a place to stay, if we're always unsure where money was coming from. Growing up, never really feeling safe. I always have a wandering mind, a racing mind. I like it when I got older because I was able to leave. And I only had to come back because I didn't live at the places that I was visiting. I wasn't taught to have the confidence to ask if I could stay. Even though people welcome me, I know I'm a burden. I've been a burden ever since the age of 3. Clearly, they couldn't afford me, so I had to minimize as much trouble as I could. So I learned to shut the fuck up. This pain doesn't hurt. I'm all right. All right. I'm all right. I'm all right. I'm all right. I'm not ready. I've tried killing myself 4 times. I might make it 5 before the month is done. It doesn't really matter because I know nobody's going to care after they see this, society. I always try not to be part of a bad statistic, but is suicide really all that bad? I don't really know how to ask for help, so I share the information I can, when I can, where I can, because to speak to people doesn't always mean you're speaking to the right ones, because I didn't know you were. I didn't know you were. How good are you at your job? You probably checked my bank account and realized I had no money. So everything that I say, oh my gosh, now it's so much more funny. Yeah, we gotta check their bank account. They ain't got no money for this. Like, you know that if you're gonna be this fucked up, it costs this much money. I used to have supporters, but that's called work. The job that I didn't always fit right for me, overthinking of how much they want to work me. They don't want me to think outside the box. I don't pay you to think. You actually don't pay me to work either. You just pay me to be, more or less, because I can barely afford to be around certain places. I do realize that I do have good qualities. But they don't always seem good to me. I don't really get what people like about me. I could give you a million reasons why to like me. If I start telling you, well, there's a dark and light to everything. I just hate that a lot of things I've had to deal with, I didn't even do. I didn't even start. It's not even my problem, but here I am solving it. She wanted to go out, get some dick, and came back with some bugs. It's all I fucking do is go to work, try to help us. Help a family that I don't even belong to. I don't even want to belong anymore. I just exist because I keep waking up and people say you should be blessed too. Why when nothing that I do ever helps me? I write all this poetry because I gotta leave some sort of legacy now, don't I? I leave all these videos because somebody's gonna hear me, but will it be early or late? It's all I ever try to do is help. But what am I helping? Am I helping enable? Like, there's a lot of things I still don't know how to do. There's a lot of things I don't learn that I still haven't learned. There's a lot of things I don't know how to apply to. Like, being a green card citizen is my issue. Being alive is also one too. Not knowing how to ask for help. Could anybody help support me financially and possibly mentoring? I'm asking, and if you guys say no, fine, it's all right. You don't have to. Neither did the mentors that adopted me. It's just I love this line that I was told by the lady. You're far better than I am. It's a rough translation, but I know exactly, though, what I said, because I'm aware of the things, but how the fuck do I change it? I don't want to be chained to money. I'd be willing to do a lot of things. I do put in the work in, but people will lie to me. Here, I'll pay you $300 if you. Oh, I'm sorry, I ain't got the money right now. I'll get it to you next week. I'll get it to you next week. I'll get it, and that's all I want to do is break people. Break your legs, break your car, break your teeth. Why the fuck are you lying to me? I don't know how I should react when people disrespect me, so I just don't. Because mostly I got an itchy trigger finger. Shit just upsets me. Seeps deep into me like back to the childhood I go. I fucking can't do that. I'm melanated. They'll shoot me before they even listen to me. I got a gun even though I ain't got no guns on me. They're talking about my arms, whatever. I'm a menace to society. Go ahead, tell me you hate me. I used to think, why don't we get a place for ourselves as the community? But I realize in this society, in this group where I live, if you're black excellence, you're as good as fucking graveyard shit. We don't want that. We don't like your folks. I didn't even realize that shit was racist when they said, I didn't even realize that shit was racist when they used to say, oh, at least you're not one of those folks. At least you're not that type of black. Ethan, you're the whitest black person I know. Maybe I am autistic, because I used to say thank you, though. You could have just said, I like how you articulate. But what do you mean? I say that to Caucasian folks, too, because I feel like anybody could be stupid. I've said it to anybody that I like how they speak. It's not like, oh, at least you're not one of those. What do you mean? Oh, you know, the redneck shit, the try to hang me shit, you know, the pillowcase during the day. Like, why don't you just show your face? Oh, because the power and the position that you hold, if you actually were like this, publicly and privately, would you still hold your seat? Nope. That's why they protect you. That's why you have money. That's why privacy is key. If they knew you in the daylight and the dark, would they still love you? You guys don't even love me. You love who you think you do. I just try to be the best version of me. I could spread all the pain that I've been through, but why? You guys aren't the ones that hurt me. Yeah, others are just happy to hurt anybody. I'm just like, I'm willing to put in the work in on me. Nobody wants to support me. Support to me looks like finances, but how do I ask for money? Go to work. Why? So I get unappreciated even more? I always feel like when people say that you don't know what this means, they're absolutely right. You don't know what this means to me. You're right about that, because every time I do things, and it can wager from watching a kid to taking them from point A to point B to helping them move to helping them. I don't really know, because I've done so much things. It sounds like I'm fucking bragging, but it's just like I don't want to do what my mission is because I don't really know what it is. So let me help you on your mission and maybe feel something, feel accomplished, feel like I've done something. If I've helped you, I feel like maybe I did do something. Because I can't really help myself, because everything I need could probably be solved with a dollar amount. Just need a place to stay, a place to create, a place that I won't get kicked out of because of, well, I didn't do shit. The bugs, I didn't bring them. I just fucking went to work, woke up, and bam, there they were. There, bam. They were there because of somebody that was careless. I'm always careful. I always feel like I'm in survival mode because I was never able to live. Every time I go out to try to enjoy with people, I still always act like I'm on security because, well, I was never taught what it felt like to really go free. So in places I can, I try to, but I don't really ever cut loose because I've been raising myself ever since I was 3. There's a lot of lessons I still don't know how to teach myself because I never really loved money because of all the arguments. I don't know, sometimes I question, wow, it's amazing how we're not sexist. Yet we still say some sexist shit, but that goes for both dudes and chicks. Those I don't know the preferred pronouns too. Well, I believe the world is stranger than I was taught it to be. They taught us what they wanted us to see. I was taught a bunch of lies. When the truth came out, it all started to unravel to me. I started to see things in between the things that people tried to lie to me about, and it's just like, now that I know that you're capable of lying, I don't even know what parts of your mouth I can trust. I will admit, I do lie too, but I was thinking earlier, if I was to tell you 500 things, how many of them would be lies and how many of them would be the truth? I'd say probably about 350 truths, if not 450. Because yes, I'm going to lie about some things, but what are the questions you're asking? I figured those I typically talk to, they'd be like, 350 lies, 490 lies. I'll tell you some truths. But first you gotta pick through, and it's just like after it's a lie, 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 lie. How many lies do I have to go through? I'll tell you the truth so many times you'd assume I'm always truthful. Yes, but no. Am I avoiding the answer though? Or did I just tell you what you wanted to hear? I feel like that's what most try to tell me, but it's just like, I want the truth. That's what I want to hear. But you said you're telling me what you thought. My childhood just, I know I haven't really stuck onto it, but my childhood wasn't anything that I cared about, anything that I still think about. Like, the interactions I had was just crazy about me because I was able to, and I'm still able not to allow certain things to affect me on the outside because I'm going through it. You're not the problem that caused it. You're not the person that caused it. So why am I being bitter and mean towards you? And the childhood that I had, I don't get it. How the fuck we had no money, but we still had people coming in, staying at the house. Like on top of my cousins, quote unquote, that would stay during the summer. As time progressed, we used to live in Houghton Lake and Higgins Lake area. The cousins used to come over, stay basically the whole entire summer. After we moved out of the Houghton Lake, Higgins Lake area, moved to the Midland area, we'd still have people come over, my friends, David's friends, and sometimes Richard's friends, and we'd still be able to feed them. It's just like, how could we have the money? And I'd say it's more or less because they're able to have help. They're good about asking for help. They're good about like trauma sharing things, like just sharing that we have X amount of kids, got them from this place and this place, and we have money issues, which is probably why I didn't really learn how to ask for help, because I feel like more or less they were begging than asking for help. Because yeah, yes, we do need help, but we also need more or less mental help, because the lady, like, yeah, if she would have had her spending down a lot better, if he would have had a better grasp on picking a partner, then I probably wouldn't be here. Yay! But if he would have been better about making sure that she kept her finances, I don't think we'd have needed as much help as we did, which is probably why I'm so nice to the community, because I realize a lot of the things that I've been able to have and obtain throughout life is because other people were generous enough to help me. It's just people I don't know. Like, why the fuck do I know all the assholes but I don't know the nice folks? Like, I get it, I can be an asshole, but that's because I don't want you to use me like that. And you guys get offended, well, I don't want you to use me like that, but you're so good at it. So, that's why I try to tell people, don't be good at something you don't like to do. Because if you're good at it, they're going to want you to do it, and then do it, and then do it. I became so good at people pleasing. Caretaking isn't an issue to me, but money's never made well. Further my education, oh shit, I would love to, but first I need a stable location. I would love to better myself, but I can't if every time I try to get comfortable, shit changes on me. Why? Because somebody else just does shit with me, around me, to me. Like, if the lady never was dick hungry, we wouldn't have been kicked out of 2 apartments fucking ready. Literally, the whole entire time I was thinking about this, like, how the fuck, my whole entire life, growing up, the exact same people, getting people taken out of life, getting people taken out of home because a CPS issue with Richard. He wouldn't take his medications because he didn't want to. And literally, the only other ways to get him to take his medication, I can go through all the siblings list. The only way to get him to take all his medications is by forcing him down and making him take it. And then that would have probably been child abuse. So essentially got trouble for child neglect. We all got put in the foster care, I'd say my junior year. Well, that is true, but I'm trying to think of what year it was. 2014, 2015 year, because of that incident. And like the whole entire time we're getting lied to and bullshit through. Like, I already knew, like, you can't trust the people you can't trust. And who can't you trust? Nah, that's actually, you don't know until you fucking know. It's the fucked up part. Because I knew the whole entire time the judge was lying, because I'm pretty sure the judge, I don't know, maybe had a vendetta. The lady might have said something salty because she is that type of lady. She, like, I would never, ever want to be pulled over or be around a cop and be in the same vicinity as her, just because where I de-escalate things as much as possible, she escalates everything. And also the old man, more of a de-escalator and escalator. And that's why I don't get how the fuck they're together. I don't get how the fuck the Chihuahua and the fucking Great Dane that doesn't fucking bark is how I think about it. Because she's like, all the fucking time. And he will yell, but that's more or less just tell her to shut the fuck up, or because he's already fed up. Well, I guess the same exact thing, but more or less because he's fed up and he just wants some quiet. That's honestly why I love fucking headphones, because That's all I grew up around. Loud, toxic chaos. And because we got taken out of the home trying to get reunification, I had the opportunity when DHS, I guess, some other cases reopened the last home I was in because one of the siblings ended up penetrating his actual biological sister, even though he was also in the home that adopted him. Like, it was a weird thing. It's just like, oh, so you took me out of one home, put me in another home, which is just as dangerous as last home, technically speaking? Huh? How the fuck does that make sense? So they were like, do you want to go back to the Swarthouts or do you not? And I'm thinking, I'm fucking 17, almost 18. I've been with that family basically all my life. Like, what would have been my whole entire option? Because from what I was being told the whole entire time, reunification. So like, when the fuck am I gonna see the rest of my siblings? Never. After we all got taken out of the house, only like 2 came back. Everybody else underneath 18, which I'll go through the siblings order right now. Daniel, mind of like a 14-year-old from my understanding. Juan, double amputees, missing a couple fingers. Libby, autistic and fetal alcohol syndrome. Skylar, cerebral palsy and has some other medical issues. She also passed away. 26th of this year. March 26th of this year, which is 6 days after her birthday. Nobody told me when the fuck her birthday was. I don't remember. It took me forever to remember my own fucking birthday. That shit was sad. Fucked up part is we did get our SSI check, and then like after the government realized that she was dead, they took the money out. Like, we couldn't even have it for that extra month. So like, she was making more money than I was even when I'm fucking working. So it's like, she was more an asset than the fucking lady was, more or less. Skylar, Drew, Brian, which also passed away, me, Deja, David, Richard, Avony, and Dougie. So, oldest to youngest, I switched up Drew and Libby's. Because, like, my memory wasn't always the best. Like, yes, I am intelligent, articulate, but there's still, like, I still don't get what the fuck the form of intelligence is at this point. Because, Lily, not about that. It's about this. It's about the fact that I realize what everybody wants us to do. They want people to get up, go to work until we die, don't enjoy life, don't enjoy the experiences, find essentially a sponsor. Work and a sponsor are essentially the exact goddamn thing. Because work funds my antics anyways. So if I'm not working, then who funds my antics? If I get on disability, then the government would, but I don't think I could even be on disability because what looks disabled about me? Look at me, I'm fucking walking, I'm active, I'm too fucking normal, and you're probably right. I am, but it doesn't mean people are going to treat me it doesn't mean people are going to appreciate and value my work or my worth. So it's like, why the fuck would I want to work? Why the fuck would I want to exist? Why the fuck would I want to be here every day? I tried my best not to be a bad representative for the community of the melanated people, for the community of the young folks, for the community of, I don't know, the fucking last name, because regardless if people think about it, I think about things a lot and oftenly, and I realize after gathering more information that sometimes the problem is me, sometimes the problem is other people. It's just like, would I be happier if I was somewhere else? Yes. Because I wouldn't have to deal and worry about the issues that I have, aside from the issues that I cause. Because like I keep saying, I've always been more or less the janitor for other people's issues. Why? Because I was never taught how to value my own self-preservation and to create boundaries. Because if I'm creating boundaries, well, now I'm being rude. Why? Because I don't want to listen to you, bitch, about the whole... Why? Because I don't want to listen to you, bitch, about the same thing over and over and over and over. Yes, I get it. Your boyfriend's a piece of shit. Why don't you leave him? Yes, I get it. We don't have money. Why don't we spend it better? Yes, I get it. You're angry at me. Why the fuck are you fucking around with me then? How about this? I'll just never associate with you again. Don't be in my DMs 3-4 weeks later saying I miss you then. It's just, some people like to bitch and some people don't. Yeah, I do bitch a lot, but I don't ever bitch about the important things. I'd rather be dead than live a life that I can't fully enjoy. And I haven't been able to fully enjoy. People question why I do the things I do and then say, oh, it's going to kill you. It's going to kill you, bitch, please. I've been trying to die. I've been trying. I've made 4 attempts. I might make 5 before the fucking end of the month. I'm pretty darn successful at being unsuccessful and also being successful at being successful. So I'm just like, why? People live and die for less reasons. People live and die for fucking the wrong chick. People live and die because they weren't meant to be. People live and die, but here I am existing now. I'm just like, why? I get in trouble for shit I don't even do. So all I try to do is help because, well, somebody paid it forward for me, so I figured that's the least I can do. And I realized the only way to make the world a better place is be nicer, be kinder, be more patient, be willing to educate yourself, be willing to have humility. But for some reason, I don't always get that lucky. If everybody treated me like I treated everybody else, sometimes the world would be a better place, and sometimes it wouldn't. Because I'm not always a good person. But what is good? What is bad? I didn't even realize I had a bad family. I was just told, stop talking about that. We don't want to think about that. Whoopsie. I guess I'll stop existing. I guess I'll stop being. I guess I'll stop breathing. I'm not being dramatic. I'm just fucking being me. But what would you know about that? I'm only here until I'm not. And you'll say, I love you. You'll say, I care about you. But what the fuck do you really do? I'm not one to always say how I feel if I gave a shit about you. This is how I'll show you. I'm willing to talk to you for as long as it takes. I'm willing to show up and help you. I'm willing to help you, whether it's physically or monetary. That's how I was taught to care for people. Actually give a shit. What I do, I consider human decency, but some would say it's above and beyond. I'm just like, what? Respecting? They told me not to do it, so I didn't. They said they needed help, so I was able to help, and I did. They said, and even though I haven't said I cared about them, I showed them in the only way that I knew. In a world where people lied to me, I just started to do things. Like, yeah, I'll probably lie to you, but watch what I say and watch what I do. I've heard people say, I fucking hate you. Here's $50. I fucking hate you. Where do you want me to put this down? I fucking hate you. So what time are we going to do this again? I fucking hate you. I'm just saying that because, it makes more money when people think we hate each other than we love each other. So, I don't know. Words are cheap unless you're consultating with a lawyer. Words are cheap unless you're talking to a doctor. Words are cheap depending on which room you are and what the prestige is. Location. I want to kill myself because I've never been in a location that I've actually wanted to be, including existing. I love the soccer field. I love where I can write poetry. I love where I can be free, but existing, I always question. Will I be shot? Will I hang myself? Or will some random drunk person kill me? Sometimes freedom is to be free, and sometimes freedom is an illusion. I've always thought I've been given an illusion, even though people ask me, what do you want to do? What do you want to do? Die. Pick something else. Then be free. Which looks like death to me. But is it death? I don't know. I just know I've been alive and I don't like it. Have I really lived? I don't know. Don't know. It's all I know is I try not to be worse than those before me. I try not to be like those that look like me. And I'm not saying melanated, but energy-wise, I try to be the best version of me. And some people might say it's acting, but if it is, why the fuck don't y'all pay me? There's always somebody that does exactly what you do and makes way more money, if not way less. And that's because that person that does exactly what you do, they found their community and I haven't found mine. I feel like The whole entire line when they say it takes a village to raise a child, they don't kid about that shit. It really do, and I still believe I've never found my village. I found a village, but when you're in the wrong village or just a village, those people will, I don't know. Some people have hospitality and some people lie about it. I just know if I keep on living, I'll probably keep trying to kill myself until something changes. And maybe it's going to be the ability to kill myself, or maybe it's going to be the finances to be finally free, because if my only problem is money, I really have no issues. I take care of myself mentally. I try to work when I can work, but how can I work if some fucking lady keeps fucking around getting bed bugs? And this is why I believe in karma, because literally, say probably about 3 or 4 months after we figured out what she was doing, after that happened, she had a stroke, hurt herself, and now she can't really be moving. But still, what did I do to deserve this? Giving a shit, not knowing when to leave, not knowing where to leave. I don't even belong. But people still want to invite me. Why? Because of my energy? Because I actually give a shit physically compared to saying I care, but what do I do to carry things for you? People will say I care, but you guys go shopping, who grabs the groceries? Just you. People will say I care, but who helps you when you need it? Somebody different. I've always felt like the janitor cleaning up other people's messes because somebody needs to clean it. I've always thought, from this day forward, whatever the fuck happens, I guess it's meant to be. Rather somebody shoots me, rather I go to jail, I don't know what life has for me. I say I want to be dead, I say I want to be dead. That's a gift that's been yet granted to me. Every time I say I want other things, whoosh, there's that big booty chick I've been asking for. Whoosh, there's that job I've been looking for, but it just killed me anyways. Whoosh, there's that friend interaction I was looking for. Whoosh, where's my corpse? This is years upon years upon years I've been asking for death. I get everything else but that. But death comes in many forms. It's the death of a family, death of my ego, death of my identity, death of my soul, death of my body. I just want to fucking be free. I just want to have enough funding. Don't get me wrong, I can be happy, but why? What's there to smile about? It's all it shows is, oh, he likes it. Why? Look at him, he's smiling. Only freaks like that like it. Only freaks smile throughout the pain. I just don't want to share the shit that I've been through. I could, but you weren't the people that hurt me. I realize it's easier to do a domino effect of positivity than it is of negativity, because if I take it to that level, that means I got to keep it there. If at least I'm positive and stop being positive, somebody will remind me. If I'm a dick, I stop being a dick. They say, hey, remember dick? Continue being hard to be around. I've already been around people hard to be around basically all my life. Why else do you think I'm so good at de-escalating? Ever since the age of 3, 4, 5, I don't remember. I haven't wanted to be alive. Ever since the screaming has started, I've always wanted headphones. I could never have enough. I could never have enough. Just like the greedy people with their money, I can never have enough headphones. I can never have enough weed. I can never have enough time. I can never have enough room away from the people that bother me the most. I will always be greedy when it comes to my peace, because they used to fuck me so much. Now I just want to see people ride. I try my best not to be part of the issues, part of the problems. I try my best to hold my tongue, hold my energy, even though immensely it burns for me to want to hurt only those that hurt me. But I'm always going to be bad. I always find it kind of weird how some people are willing to help hurt you, while others are willing to help you. And those that are willing to help hurt you are those that promote your overworking, I would assume. Are those that would give you drugs that say that's not good for you. Those that would always keep you low but never applaud you when you're high. Oh, now you think you're bougie because you got out the way. I don't really think I've had a good team. I've been a part of some good teams, but I'm just like, what good are they for me? I was taught to do a lot of things alone just to find out I can only do so much. I only know so much. So what's the point of me existing? I just want to find a good sponsor. Maybe Death will sponsor me. Maybe some stranger that watches this video will feel touched enough to share it. Maybe somebody will give a shit about me. Like, I try to, but if money runs everything and I have no money, then what's the point of existing? My character will take me places that my wallet will never, but first, somebody's got to see me. So what do? Attempt number 5. Probably coming soon. Maybe that'll be my last one. I always think every time I make a video, this could be my last one. Because I don't know what's going to happen to me. Like I said, my green card issues, they could kick me out of this country at any point that they want to. I don't really know any other family. People say they care, but what's caring? I've trusted more bad people than I've good, but what's good, what's bad? I've trusted more that have hurt me than those that haven't, but what are boundaries? Stop, you're not being nice. Why? Because I won't let you fondle me. Why? Because I won't fuck you. Why? Because I don't like you. Why? Because I don't want to touch you. Why? Because I don't want to communicate with you. Why? Because I don't feel as if you're entitled to anything or any part of me. You're not nice. You fucking know. I still said no. I still said no, and I still said no, but I didn't swing on you, even though for as many times and for as much as you came on to me, I'm still the asshole. So says those that aren't accountable. I had to relearn all the things that were I had to relearn all the things that were taught to me. I now am educated, but was I always? Nope. All these thoughts in my head, but what the fuck do these mean? The words didn't always define the same for everybody. Now that I am older, I realize how much pain I've went through. Now that I'm older, I'm like, oh, I was traumatized too. Now that I'm older, I could be like, oh, me too. Me too. Me too. I've always thought it'd be cooler if I was at least a different foreign. Because there's black people in America. There's Mexicans in America too. But if I looked at least Mexican, if not Arabic, they'd be like, ooh. But no, you're just another nigger. No, I'm Haitian. Haitian born. American raised. American traumatized too. But I still don't have that American rage. I have this warrior mindset inside my head, but where the hell do I lash out with this energy? They love it when I'm entertaining and helping, but the second I say no, now I'm their enemy. You suddenly forget how many times I've said yes. You suddenly forget how much weight I've moved. You suddenly forget how much money I've put in. You suddenly forget the second I stop fucking jumping at the crack of your whip. I don't like how you use your voice. And I'm the dick. I grew up with a tyrant, and you'd think I would recognize tyrants easier. Nope, that's my mom, that's my dad. Nope, that's my mom, that's my dad. Nope, that's my mom, that's my dad. Nope. Those are my guardians. Those that stayed out of jail by making sure I stayed out of jail. I made sure I stayed out of jail because of all the things I used to see on TV. They don't seem to like the people that look like me. I always felt as if I got treated just a little bit differently, but everybody would like to disagree. Of course, none of them kind of look like me. It makes me think, Like men cannot speak on women's rights. What could somebody speak on other people's racial issues? Like, how could you say, yeah, our community's not racist? That's because the community looks just like you. It's hard to know something you don't go through. That's why I like to always have different views. I'll watch things and try to figure out, oh, is it just me or is it truly true? I didn't realize it was racist. I didn't realize it was traumatizing. I didn't realize I had Stockholm Syndrome until now. Maybe that's why I always want to kill myself. Because I realize subconsciously that the family is killing me. I am just trying to preserve what's left of this family tree, even though it's being watered with poison every single day. If she wouldn't went out for fucking dick, we wouldn't have bed bugs. And we wouldn't have gotten kicked out of 2 apartment places already. And probably could be as many forever, because what the fuck gets rid of bed bugs? Oh yeah. Money. It's like it all ties back to something. Is it the family? Is it the money? Or is it me? It always feels like no matter what I do, I will never be free. No matter how many hours I work, no matter how many places I go to, no matter how many people I talk to. Maybe it's because I didn't learn how to ask for help correctly. And even if I ask for help, who's to say that they're going to help me? Maybe they'll help me die. But yeah, by by June 2nd, hopefully we could find a different apartment. By June 2nd, hopefully we can get rid of these fucking bugs. By June 2nd, hopefully I'm fucking dead because I'm the only one strong enough to move all the furniture. There's an old man with arthritis, a lady that fucking absolutely will destroy her family for dick, a Down syndrome gal, a heart patient with a lot of mental issues, and a double amputee. The only one that's suitable to make money, of course, is me. So who does responsibility fall on? The most able body, the most able mind. I could make the money, but the money would get robbed from me. I could make the money, but I already owe other places money, so it wouldn't be mine to begin with. I could make the money, but who's to say they'll give it to me after saying, yeah, you worked all these hours, but prove it. All the work that's already done. Yeah, I can make all this money, but why? There's no end to it. I only want to be rich enough that I wouldn't have to worry about shit. Even if I was rich, I would still spend the money to help others and kill myself at the end of it. Maybe that's why I won't be rich anytime soon. Because I was going to kill myself either way. It's rather if I kill myself at the top or the bottom. I just want some good sponsoring. I just wanted people that gave a shit about me. I just wanted love and authenticity. I just wanted something so simple they couldn't give it to me. They say life is what you make it. They say life is what it is. And only the strong make it. Sorry you guys spent so much money on a fucking surgery. Because unless I could find a sponsor, that's not a 9-to-5 job that's just going to rape me anyways. What's the point of existing? Like, the whole entire point of life, from my understanding, is to educate, to help, to grow. Well, it's not necessarily help, but to grow, to create. But life in a nutshell is finding somewhere to die. And what you do in between is what you do in between. But essentially, it's you're born, and then you die. What you do in between, either they'll applaud you, or they'll hate you, or they'll talk about you, whether it's good or bad. To some, you're a hero. To some, you're a villain. I know I have that exact same thing. Like, I used to think I wanted to be a hero until I realized heroes don't kill people. Then I realized I want to be an anti-hero because I have issues. And I do believe sometimes murder is the way because, well, did you not learn your fair share of history? How were things done? If I said no and they still wanted it from me, how were things done? If I said no, and I had my team that said no and they couldn't just take it, how were things done? They took everybody that didn't know how to defend themselves. They killed them. They raped them. They may have taken the community and tried to re-educate them to be part of the team that is now the team. Who the fuck were you trying to tell us no? We have better guns than you. We have bigger men than you. We have better power than you. We are smarter. Darwinism was right. Survival of the fittest. And the fittest always won. I am mentally unfit trying to be fit in a society that cares about greed so much. Why? I just need better sponsoring. I just need better teaching. I just need to leave. I'm not even the bad guy most of the times. That's what bothers me. Like, it's fine if I'm in trouble for all things I've done wrong, but what did I do to deserve? What did I do to deserve this? Nobody's life is perfect. I always thought I would have to take care of the family, but the family's dying quickly. I always thought she would have died before Skylar did. That's honestly what bugs me. 3/26/2023. That's also when I learned that it costs like $300 to have those people die on TV. Like, not people die on TV, but like to have those faces up and all this and all that. And I always think about this from birth to death, everything's a charge. They'll charge you for living, they'll charge you for breathing, they'll charge you for dying, they'll charge you for sitting, they'll charge you for shit, they'll charge you for eating, they'll charge you for loitering. Like, as long as I stay moving, I can't get in trouble, can I? It's when I stop. That's why I believe homeless is illegal, but being homeless is illegal, but they're not going to say that. You can't sleep on the street. You can't sleep in this parking lot. You can't sleep on this bench. You can't sleep in this grass. You can, bitch, where the fuck am I supposed to go? Well, you haven't committed a crime quite yet, so you're not going to prison yet. If you don't see me, it doesn't exist now, does it? If I keep moving, I'm not doing anything wrong. I don't know. The laws and the rules are made up by man, so of course man breaks them. There's other laws and rules. I just know, I feel as if I would be better off dead because I just know most people love to say I like you, but what does it feel like to me? Through my head, how do I feel? They're lying. I can tell they say that they like me, but they're rude as hell. They told me to shut up, but you said, fuck it, they don't remember. They are the thoughts that come out of their head, that come out of their head. They're not always accountable, and I am rude for reciting their words. This is what you said, but what does it mean? How the hell am I being mean? I'm not trying to cause a scene. This is what you said. I'm just repeating all the words you said. I'm just repeating. You fuck with my head. Never mind, I'm not listening. Yes, I'm retreating. Just because I believe that some people need a beating badly. Brutally, until they have no more accountability. Like, are you kidding me? The reason why liars are allowed to lie is because no accountability. Who's gonna hold me accountable if I own everything? Who's gonna hold me accountable if I'm the scariest person in the room? Who's gonna hold me accountable? That's why prisons were created. To put those that they can't control and those that they can't kill quite yet. Yeah, I'd rather be dead than in prison. But I always feel as if I'm already in prison. But it's like, I have a little bit more freedom, but do I? No, not really. I always think, if only I was dead. I always think, if only I was financially free. I always think, why the fuck am I here? Yeah, people quote unquote enjoy me, but I don't even enjoy me. Please don't ever ask me about how my family life is doing. It never really existed. I was lied to from the beginning. Yes, people pay me to be around, but I clean things, I move things, I chauffeur things. What the fuck would they do without me? I'm only a family member through adoption. Some people are family by blood, and they still try to fuck their family members, physically and metaphorically. So what the fuck is family?